Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you back to the Out of the Park Baseball 21 Tour Through History, featuring the National League pennant winning Pittsburgh Pirates. And although we did fall short in the World Series, I'm pretty confident that we'll be back again before you know it. I might even get Manager of the Year votes in the National League. I sure hope I do, because let's face it, my dear friends. I took a team that won 41 games and won double that 2 years later. So, not to brag, but I'm definitely bragging. What do we need to work on this offseason? We're pretty solid at a couple of positions. Frank Chance is a pretty okay leadoff guy. I know we didn't have Ollie Pickering for the full season. I kind of wish we had. He's a nice defensive center fielder who features enough ability to make contact that he should at least have a league average bat. We have Kip Selbach, who turned in another good offensive season. Even if he's slowing down a bit as he gets older, he's still very much a welcome part of this team. We have Bobby Lowe, who hit, I don't know why I thought he hit like 10 homers. He hit 2. But still a valuable contributor. So I think one of the things that's the most intriguing to me is that for the most part, we don't have anyone who's so amazing that we can't upgrade them. And that's what the really great news is. There's tons of room to work with. So there's no reason to think we've plateaued. Instead, there's every reason to think that we could get even better than we are now. Among our team, let's look at the position charts for a moment. If you'll indulge me, and if you won't, I guess too bad. Our top tier talent is as good as anybody's. It's when you get to the second level that we really struggle a bit with having top-notch players that we might need to find replacements for. Because a lot of Lowe and Tinker's value comes from their defense. So when it comes to elite hitters, we only really had one, which was Jimmy Sheckard. And we definitely need another great hitter or two to really push ourselves to the next level. Klondike Douglas was a nice little draft pick for us a few years ago. He's also someone that could be replaced because, to be quite honest, he's not a very good catcher anymore. If we look here, he did catch 42% of base runners, which is certainly not nothing. But I just think we could probably do better. Or maybe we can't. Maybe I just need to accept the fact that he's okay. Did he all of a sudden lose a bunch of defense? I remember him being better at one point. Huh. So that's where we are right now. Still lots of room to grow, except for in the rotation where, oh my gosh, Doc freaking White could very well be both Rookie of the Year and Cy Young. Nixie Callahan was almost as great. And then Bill Donovan just continues to bring surplus value of, I'm a really good third starter. Now, we could definitely improve in the third starter department. That is, without exception, a thing that we could do. Charlie Case. Here's my issue with judging receivers too harshly. He threw 14 innings. And still provided almost a full win over replacement. So this is not indicative of his actual value. And I'm not going to look at this guy and say he did a terrible job. Because when you've only have 13 appearances in an entire season, give me his game log, please. All it takes is a couple of bad outings, and your ERA shoots to the moon. So yeah, I am not at all dissatisfied with him, and if anything, we need less relievers, but I think we'll be fine. All right. So what are we going to target in the offseason? Basically, offensive upgrades. The only positions where I'm satisfied with the offensive performance right now are right field and first base. I'm okay with Joe Tinker, and I think he'll be better as he gets older. And I'm certainly not replacing him anytime soon because of that tasty, tasty defense. I mean, look at that shit. He's worth almost 3 wins with his glove alone. That's amazing. But the rest of this team definitely could use some offensive upgrades. And I am including Kip Selbach. We're a team right now that lacks for power. If we go by isolated slugging, I mean, Selbach is our best power hitter, sort of. But that's not a great sign. For those of you who don't remember, isolated power is slugging minus average, and it's a good way to tell what percentage of a player's hits are singles, basically. So someone like Frank Chance doesn't hit for a ton of power, especially Joe Tinker. But as we move up here, we get a bit more power. So nobody here besides Chance and Tinker in the lineup is definitely safe. Or Sheckard, because Sheckard is the only person who had over 300 last season. For me, anyway. Right. Do I have any coaches I need to replace? I do need a new AA pitching coach. How about Tommy Bond? Do it. The new team trainer wants more money. Fine. $300 a season. $300. Oh, I didn't even check our minor leagues, did I? Yeah, I think Sebring is definitely deserving of a possible spot. Maybe Jacklish. But I think Sebring is the most likely to make the majors next year. Especially if we can acquire some additional players at other levels. We might actually try to get rid of... the thing is, Sheckard was my best hitter on the team. Maybe Sebring is the one that's expendable. I am distantly concerned about making him an everyday catcher just because he seems like he's a pretty good defender. But I'm not convinced his bat will play in the majors, but it certainly played in the minors. So maybe I just need to bite the bullet and give him a shot. Because it's not like Klondike Douglas is anything that's that exciting. I don't know. We shall wait and see. I got my people. Amazing. Best rookie, Doc White. That's pretty obvious. And he got the Cy Young, and I got my Manager of the Year. Very nice. I'm a little surprised, quite frankly, that Joe Tinker didn't get a Gold Glove at shortstop, though. Unless I just missed it. Like, how good was George Davis? Okay, George Davis was stupidly good. Okay, I retract my complaint. Now, here is an interesting possibility. Sebring is doubtless going to be attractive to the right kind of team. He's got tons of speed. He's a good contact hitter. He's a classic dead ball guy. And that's got loads of value. So the question I have for myself is, do we trade him to try to upgrade at one of the other positions? Like, if we could get a better third baseman, a better catcher, a better at a few other positions, I'd be pretty happy about that. Like, not taking anything away from Bobby Lowe, who I know we traded for, but he's already 37. This is not likely to be a guy whose value increases as he gets older. Let's kick the tires on a Sebring trade. Let's just see the kinds of players that are being offered, specifically batters. Nobody wants him. Yeah, I think that's problematic, but whatever. I can't believe nobody wants him. Did I, like, set him as untouchable or something? No, because it still lets you make offers that way. That's really bizarre that no one in the entire major leagues wants Sebring. I find that perplexing, my gentle viewers. I find it extremely perplexing. Dan Brothers, I did mentally say the 2,000 hits would be my cutoff, and it looks like he deserves it. Well done, Mr. Brothers. Not a lot to get excited about here. I will vote for both Emsley and Ferguson. Haha, Pud Galvin, you suck in this timeline. Yeah, if you look at his real life stats, he won over 300 games, but lost 300. But yeah, this Pud Galvin didn't turn out so good. What else we got here? Dupey Shaw, I can definitely see voting for this guy. He had a real good career. And yeah, I think this is a good ballot. Yeah, basically, if you can't give me at least 3,000 innings or 2,000 hits, I'm not probably going to vote for you in the dead ball era. I need both of those things to be true. Now, I can definitely see Bob Emsley never getting into the Hall of Fame, because traditionally, voters are going to look at, like, his win-loss record, and they're going to be like, pass. But I'm going to vote for him, because pitcher wins are a stupid stat. That doesn't indicate how well someone pitches, it indicates how well people hit. Like, pitcher wins aren't as bad as RBI, but they're definitely not great. This is a good draft to need pitchers, which might mean that some of the good hitters might fall to me. Like, to give you an example, Mordecai Three Finger Brown, Hall of Famer. Charles Bender, Hall of Famer. I don't necessarily think he was the best choice. His career was good, though. And he's certainly not, like, isn't cheap in the Hall of Fame or anything like that. I'm thinking Red Ames was quite good for a short time. Yeah, Red Ames was pretty good. He never made the Hall of Fame. But, yeah, so this is a good draft if you need pitching. Which might be exactly what we need, because it increases the chances that a great hitter might fall to us. But then again, there may be no great hitters in this draft. Like, would a Solly Hoffman fall to me? I doubt it. I'd be excited if they did, but I don't think there's any way he gets low enough for me to draft him. Please give me my scouts reports, thanks. Yeah, according to our scout, the only player here who is worthy of selection that's actually a hitter is Doc Gessler. And Gessler is still around. Um, this is not a great pick to be selecting at because there's not a ton of great talent left in the draft at this point. Like, I guess we could draft Gessler and have him play left, but I could just as easily shift Sebring over to the left, over to left field, and have a roughly equivalent experience. I mean, Weimer looks really good, but I don't really need another starter right now. I definitely don't need a shortstop, especially one who even hits worse. Judge McCready looks like a pretty talented hitter, but he only plays right. I mean, the obvious choice is Weimer or Gessler. And I suppose Gessler is the better long-term choice of the two because I can let Gessler improve in the minors and see how that works out for us. Because honestly, unless I desperately needed a third starter, which I don't, um, maybe I'm overrating Bill Donovan though. I am overrating Bill Donovan by quite a lot. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take Weimer, and then we're gonna trade, Donovan. That wasn't expected to go, but maybe it's the right decision. Fred Karrasch is a pretty elite defensive catcher, and that's not easy to come by, so I'm going to go ahead and grab him. I could take another reliever. Is there another... No, this is pretty much it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, you finish up, scouting director. I believe in you. Yeah, I didn't enter this draft anticipating taking a pitcher, but he was the best choice of those that were available to me. And then I think Sebring, we're going to shift him over to left field and see how quickly he can handle it. In spring training for sure, and we'll see how quickly he develops it. But I think that's the best choice for this team, is to get him playing in left field. Because I can definitely see him replacing Selbach. I cannot see him replacing Sheckard. Like, even right now, Selbach is a better hitter than Sebring, but it increases his utility to me if he plays in multiple positions. So I'm going to go ahead and set your position as left field. And then we're going to have you train on that in spring training and in the majors this year. Anyone I need to protect from the Rule 5, just a bunch of relievers. All right. So we now have Jake Weimer. And I'm almost positive I'm going to trade the other guy as soon as I have the opportunity to. Wait, what? Who is Fritz Bülow? I don't even remember this guy. Well, I mean, I guess I can't complain about losing someone if I didn't realize he was there. Yeah, I'll pass. There's nobody here I want. Alright. Trading. All right, we're getting movement on Donovan. We're actually getting a lot of movement. But I'm not going to move him for less than a 50. So if that's what you think, AI, you can think again. No, all your entire value is defense. I can do better than that. What if I added Sebring? Like, he's my only good prospect, but I want to get better this season. Does that give me any better players? It does. Alright. You can't field. You can't either, really, although you're an excellent hitter. I don't need a first baseman. You're a good hitter as a catcher, but you're not a great defender. You might be a good hitter someday. Right now, you're not. You're a very good defender with the possibility to be a pretty damn good hitter, too. I like Larry McLean. I'm going to keep looking, though, but right now he's the top of my food chain, so to speak. Yeah, I think we go ahead and take McLean. Where'd he go? There he is. And I guess I'll just try to loot you for as many prospects as I can get. Is there another player I might want to grab from you? Like, would you give me Jimmy Williams? I bet you wouldn't. But let's try. What would it take to get Jimmy Williams out of you? Players I'm frankly not willing to give up yet. What if I throw in Hobe Ferris? It expands. Alright, I'm going to drop Terry and Bergen from this to see if that moves the needle. It doesn't. But I can throw in Klondike Douglas. And I improve at catcher and at second base by a lot. Like, Jimmy Williams is a legitimately fantastic hitter that happens to play second. Larry McLean is rough, but at least defensively better than Douglas. Done. We are making moves, my friends. We are making big moves. Yeah, I kind of think that's a pretty damn good off-season, if I'm honest with you. Oh, I need to call up what's-his-face, don't I? Up you get. Because I'm basically one player short of a full roster. And I actually see other players I'd like to get rid of, like Gallagher. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but you're gone. And then I can call up Dresser. Make the bullpen a bit more potent. And then I'm not sure what Gilbert adds to the equation other than just being an old guy who plays third base. And he's been extremely terrible for this team. Does he have a career negative WAR? Yeah, he is 17 wins below replacement value. Below replacement level. He's had one season his entire career that was above replacement level. It was last season. Oh, my stars. Yeah, dude. No. Leave, please. And then someone like Bayer. No, I think we could do better than that. Meh. I can check free agency and see if there's anyone else I'd like to grab. All infielders. Yeah, it turns out people only release terrible players. Imagine that. Yeah, this is all fine. I'm not going to bother with any of this. I'll just call up randos from the minor leagues if I have to. Who made the Hall of Fame, I wonder? Brothers, Ferguson, Shaw, Schaefer? I guess. Like, I don't look at this guy and I don't see, OMG, this is a Hall of Famer. He's fine. I guess. I don't see where... I don't see it. I just don't. I don't look at this guy and think, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. I'm thinking, oh, he had a few nice years and then played a really long time and didn't play that well. I highly question this result of Schaefer being elected. I approve of the other three choices, though, for sure. Especially Dan Brothers. He had a great career. And may well be our all-time home run leader at this point. Let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3. 3. Nope, he is 7th. Oh, there you go. Jack Clements. I remember you. You were on my team in Boston. What, you're making him a catcher? What? Oh, you're not the guy I was thinking of. Never mind. Alright. Let us advance to the preseason. You've randomly increased my budget. I mean, there's nothing I can spend it on, but thanks, mate. I appreciate that, I suppose. Well, let's make sure we're at the league maximum. OOTP. Can we get this made automatically? That'd be super great. So that I can just click set at maximum and then I don't have to worry about it later on. I really need a backup second baseman. Which I guess is this jerk. Like, I don't care if he has a big or long career. I just want him to be there in case someone gets hurt and needs someone to fill in at second base for a short time. Yeah, Bobby Lowe, you're there to play great third base. You're not there for any other purpose. Let's go start spring training. And as inefficient as it is, I'll probably end up carrying... Oh, hang on. Would there be interest in carrying a third catcher, I wonder? Because the problem is McLean is super young, right? And he hasn't remotely reached his true potential. But, I mean, Jacklish is the same guy, basically. Yeah. I could use another shortstop. Do I have one? I don't. That's annoying. Let's go ahead and just call up like all the relievers and let them pitch in spring training. Sure, it can have a third catcher. I guess that's it. I think that's just going to have to be how it is for now, is go ahead and set everything up. And you can do the same, bench coach. And then we're going to go ahead and sim forward. Perfect. Okay. Now let's go ahead and trim the roster. Blofeld, I have several people that are better than you are. I'm gonna go ahead and get you off my roster. I'll let Morrissey have one of the bullpen slots. And then I guess we just also carry Flaherty, just so that I have another dude. Premium. Dude. I need to be on ratings, and then I can click on my scout. There you go. That should fix it, I hope. There you go. Yeah, this is fine. I am happy to see that. Doc White got a tiny bit worse. I don't like that. Nixie Callahan got better. McLean's contact is slowly improving. Chance got better. Jimmy Williams got a tiny bit worse. Tinker's power got better randomly, but otherwise he's not quite as good as he used to be. Sheckard got better. I like it. Top 100 prospects. None of them are Pirates. That's unfortunate. No, I wanted to see top minor league systems. I mean, this is totally fair, right? Like, Sebring might have cracked the top 100, but I don't have him anymore. Alright. So, pitching, this is fine as is. I don't really care about how the bullpen looks. I'm going to rebuild the lineup, though. Alright. My very best contact hitter is Sheckard. So actually what I'm going to do, and I know the AI was like, you should make Jimmy Williams your number 3 hitter. Sheckard is a better hitter, and he's better at getting on base. So I'm actually going to make Williams my cleanup guy. Chance is still my leadoff guy. I said leadoff, please. I think Kip Selbach as number 2 is actually a really solid decision. Actually really like that idea. I like having Selbach as my number 3, my number 2 hitter. The only player I would put there, actually, you know what? Selbach is a little bit too good all around. I think Pickering is my number 2 hitter, and Selbach fills in hitting 5th. Then I want Joe Tinker, Bobby Lowe, and then finally Larry McLean as my starting catcher. This is fine. Except for this. No. Otherwise, I'm fine with this. I don't want what's-his-face playing center field. Not when he's my ace. And I need him to pitch. In fact... No. I'm sorry. I don't know why all of a sudden my throat is really bad, but here we are. And let's see how this turns out. I think Jimmy Williams was a big get, and I think we're going to see some pretty tremendous things out of him with the Pittsburgh Pirates. I like this trade a lot. And I know that McLean doesn't look like much right now, but he's a great defensive catcher, and if he improves his ability for contact, he'll be real good. I am back. Sorry about that. I want to take a nice big drink of water before I continued. I'm going to take another drink right now. Ah, delicious. All right. Let's do it. Oh, you are sure right, game. I think that was it. Because I don't think I ended up calling up any minor leaguers. Well, there's a real shocker that no one wanted Henry Blofeld. Because he blow Velts. Did you like that? I did. Poor Jim Canavan. I don't think you ever made the majors. Oh, you did. You just weren't very good. I mean, I don't think he's going to be getting any Hall of Fame votes anytime soon. You'll be fine. Once again, the NL was a dogfight this season. Look at Larry McLean developing nicely. I approve of that. Good stuff all around. How are we doing as a team? Okay, Ollie Pickering needs out of the 2-hole right now. Like, holy shit, dude. Alright. This needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed right the freak now. Like, it's just May. And I get that things can change, but holy freaking shit does he suck. Yeah, Selbach. You can hit second. And then I think I move up. Like, Tinker's not hitting great either, if I'm honest with you. I could definitely use more offense from him. My top hitters have been fantastic. The problem is that, yeah. Like, here's the thing. If I bat Selbach second, I don't know who to bat fifth. I guess maybe Bobby Lowe because of his power. I mean, I definitely know I don't want Pickering hitting that high anymore. There we go. And then just copy this lineup, please. Just the lineup. Nothing else. There we go. Like, we just need to hang tough right now. There's little I can do to really upgrade the team as far as I know. Like, I could use a great third baseman. That much is true. The question is whether there is a way to get a great third baseman. And the answer is there probably isn't. And Selbach's average just went in the toilet. Selbach, dude. Come on, man. I mean, I guess we are fourth in runs scored. So I suppose we don't really have much room to gripe about offense. Yeah, I think we just hang tight. I don't see an easy way to upgrade this lineup and make it better. I just don't right now. And we're going to go to front office. We're going to go to personnel. Here we go. Isn't Dave... How does Dave Egler get along with the Pirates? Pitchers don't like him at all. So I guess we can go ahead and hire him to come back. Yeah, you're doing a great job, Mr. Fisher. And you're fine, John Tilley. There we go. Larry McLean got better. Jimmy Williams is getting even better. I love it. Oh, I missed the All-Stars. Who made it from me? Doc White, Jimmy Williams, and Jimmy Sheckard. Very fair. You love to see it. I'm increasingly thinking of bumping him up in the lineup, but maybe I should be a bit more circumspect. Yeah, all Joe Tinker needs to be one of the best shortstops in the league is just be somewhere around league average with your bat. And if you can manage that, your defense is going to carry you into being one of the best players in the National League. I don't see any way to really improve this team. I don't right now. I can't think of a single position I could make a significant upgrade at, mostly because I don't have anything to offer people. So I think we just let talent win out and hope that that's enough to get us a second pennant in a row. Like, it's very clear that the two Pennsylvania teams are... We are the class of the National League. And it's just going to be a matter of who ends up on top. That's not going to fucking help, game. What the hell? Well, now I'm in a very nasty situation because I don't have another starter. I guess Patsy Flaherty, you're my number 3 starter now because I have no one else that can do the job. Like, that probably cost us the pennant, having him get injured, and that's not okay. In particular, I think there's way too many labrum injuries for the dead ball era. That's more an injury that happens for real hard throwers, and yeah, that's a kick in the balls right there. Especially because we're so close to the Phillies. Losing our number 2 starter might be exactly enough to screw us out of the playoffs. And there's very little I can do right now. I can look at the lineup and I can make adjustments, but frankly, I don't know who I would move where. I don't know why all of a sudden Frank chances are to stop hitting for contact, but at least he still gets on base, which is his job. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what else we could do because I don't have anyone to put as a third starter, and he's very clearly the weakest link. So I guess I could just say no third starter. I don't think it's worth the risk. I don't think it's worth potentially crippling my rotation for years to come just to get a pennant this year. I'm just going to hope. And we made it. We won another pennant. That was damn close, though. That was extremely close. And the thing that could really screw us is I don't know if they're going to let me keep my third starter. Okay, they are. Good. Alright, we're facing Chicago again, the White Sox in the World Series. Is this the same as the Chicago Orphans, or... Oh, the White Sox, they're who made it last season. That's right. No, we are not starting Patsy freaking Flaherty. Oh no, what did I do? Don't do that, game. I just wanted to make sure that Doc White was the guy. I'm going to tell you, on occasion, highest rested. Because if I can get Doc White to get more appearances, I think we have a better chance. Or they could just shred Doc White in the opening. Tied it up. I'll take that all day long. How did you get Cy Seymour? Oh, the Phillies traded him. That was silly of them. That actually might have been why I still had the Phillies, though. Wait, was it really a best of 9 at this point in history? That doesn't make... I don't remember that being the case. And now it comes to a game 9? I genuinely don't remember the World Series ever being a best of 9, but maybe I'm just mistaken. And the stupid White Sox won it because it was a best of 9 instead of a best of 7. Hey, we gave it our all, right? We played our very best, and even if we came up a bit short, I'm not unhappy about this season. We won a second consecutive pennant, and it took a lot to lose. And to be quite honest, we know why we lost, right? Because I had freaking Patsy Flaherty as my number 3 starter. And I just think that's whatever. I think it's stupid that we have so many shoulder injuries when at this time in history it just didn't happen. But we have next season. So I'm a little bit salty, but I'm not real salty. I know you want a better center fielder. I want a better center fielder, but it's going to be difficult. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, that killed us right there. That is, I think, why we lost the World Series. I can almost guarantee it. Oh, Larry McLean won a Gold Glove in his rookie season. Very nice. I approve of that. Weimer got Rookie of the Year. I got Manager of the Year. Doc White won his second consecutive Cy Young. And Jimmy Williams got a Silver Slugger, as did Jimmy Sheckard. Nice work, team. Let's go up to the start of the winter meetings. Like, as long as George Davis exists, I guess Joe Tinker will never win a Gold Glove. But we definitely need an upgraded center. Yeah, I struggle to look at this team and see an easy way to make it better other than just healthy Nixie Callahan. That's what it comes down to. If Nixie Callahan is healthy, I think we win the World Series. I'm going to quickly check my phone to see when that happened here. Let's see here. World Series best of 9. Dang, you're right. 1903, 1919, 1920, and 1921 were best of 9. Well, there you go. Very strange. All right. Let us go ahead and continue. Come on, don't make us the Buffalo Bills of Major League Baseball. I'm going to vote for Emsley again. Dave Fouts. That's pretty good. That's a good season. They really want George Gore to make it. The fact he's better than the existing left fielders is less he's a great left fielder and more there's some terrible ones in there. I think I might reluctantly hold my nose and vote for him. If that gets him over the top, it gets him over the top. I don't mind that. Henderson, sure. King Kelly is worth almost 70 wins at catcher. He's much better than the existing Hall of Fame catcher. The freshest man on earth? What the actual fuck? Like, the dude's a gamer. I am happy to induct him into the Hall of Fame, but I've never heard of this man before. You know what? That's a Hall of Fame nickname. Right there. And we can't forget about Fleury Sullivan. Damn, look at this guy. What a pitcher. We're starting to get the real good players that we can feel proud of. There's technically 2 Hall of Famers here, but Miller Huggins got it for his managing. He was a manager of those Yankees teams that Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig were on. This is not a super great draft, which is fine. Maybe we can get Solly Hoffman. We do need an upgrade at center. Would you please give me my scouting director and stop this bullshit of giving me other people? I could just add the best relief pitcher in the game and see if that gives me a competitive advantage. Because nobody else here really does it for me. And then try to grab a couple of position players later in the draft. Yeah, we'll do it. I'll take Mike McCormick. Tom Doran, sure. And the rest of y'all suck. Alright. Let's do some negotiating. Done. I mean, if people want to take Husting, they can have him. I'm going to trade Jacklish, though. I specifically want a center fielder if I can get one. Oh dear. Yeah, there's not much here. I guess Charlie Duffy's got a ton of power, and he's not a bad center fielder. Is he better than Pickering? I mean, kinda. And I'm not going to get rid of Pickering. I'm just going to have Pickering ride the pine. Let's try it, right? Let's grab ourselves some Charlie Duffy. Ooh, he's even a great leader. I didn't anticipate that, but I'll take it nonetheless. But you're most definitely a center fielder on this team, my dude. And I can stash you like 6th or 7th and just let you go to town. And then, yeah. I'm going to go and auto draft here because there's not likely to be anybody that I want. You took Pete McBride, you bastards. I don't care. Caldwell, you're going right to the majors. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Gore, Henderson, Fouts, Sullivan, Latham, and Kelly. Where's Emsley? I don't see Emsley here at all. Oh, here he is. Oof. Yeah, he's going to be the kind of guy that actually had a great career, but no one's going to notice it because he had losing records from playing for bad teams. If he doesn't make it, he doesn't make it, but I'm going to keep voting for him. Honestly, my vote probably put George Gore in the Hall of Fame. And even if I'm not, like, enthusiastic about it, I think it's fine. Yeah, King Kelly might well be the best catcher in Major League history. If anyone deserved to get in, it's him. Oh, let's take a quick look, actually. By catcher. No, it's Jack Clements, but King Kelly was 4th. So, you know what? Let's make sure they didn't turn that disgusting rule back on. They didn't. Excellent news. I'm not giving up chance, but I would probably agree to the rest of this. What if I offered you Ollie Pickering? It doesn't move the needle. Oh, I don't even want John Terry. Yeah, I'm not making this trade. Let's go to prospects. You can have Karish if you want him. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you want Frank Chance in the worst way, and I doubt I can give you anyone that moves the needle. What if I gave you Duffy and Pickering? No, that just adds one extra player. So, You know what? I appreciate the idea, but I'm not giving up Frank Chance. Not that Frank Chance is like some, oh great, and you're starting to lose velocity, which means you're going to be a less good pitcher. It happens when you tear a shoulder muscle. Oh, I'm definitely not giving you Jimmy Sheckard. You can absolutely not. Don't be delusional, St. Louis. Just stop embarrassing yourselves. I am fine with just my opening day roster being the same. I'm going to set it as a 4-man rotation. I'm going to let Flaherty get some reps in the off season here, in spring training. And we'll see how that works out for us. Because basically my goal is to put a little bit less emphasis on the other starters. Well, at least he's just a backup, the one that you randomly cripple for the entire season. I think one of the biggest issues with OOTPs, what the fuck even is that? You're irritating. Is that the game seems to think fewer injuries means each injury needs to be more catastrophic. And that's kind of always been an OOTP issue. And it's only noticeable at this time in history because teams have so little depth. Like injuries in the past, in this time period, used to mean your career's over. It wasn't rehab and come back the next year because the contracts weren't guaranteed. It was your career's over. I need to have someone else on the roster. I don't want to carry a third catcher. McCormick, you're in. Because I lost a third baseman. Go ahead and give me a new thing here. You're expecting a lot out of Joe Tinker. I think I'm going to swap. No, Selbach is losing contact. Yeah, he is. We might need to find a replacement for him sooner rather than later. And then pitching-wise, we're going back to a 3-man rotation. And then I agree with the rest of this here. Here we go, 7th and close game. I want Ralph Caldwell pitching every single potential time he can pitch. I was putting a lot on Joe Tinker. And I don't know that I love him being my guy. As my number 2 hitter. All right, let's do it. Amazing. You can go to AAA. We're out of option years, are you? Can I trade you? All batters. Like, I'll take anything that I can just stash in as just, like, a decent player. Only prospects, please. Or I guess regulars would be fine. I just want people on a minor league contract is what I'm looking for. Goshenara wouldn't be a terrible idea. I'll acquire Joe Bean, I guess. I don't mind having a decent defensive shortstop in the minors. I'm a bit low on outfielders at the moment. I think I'll take Joe Rickert instead. Here we go. Player development. Larry McClain is really impressing me. He's still not as useful to the team as Jimmy Williams is, but he's still pretty damn good. Are we starting Pickering or Duffy? Duffy, okay. Wow, really, McClain? I just get through praising you hit 143? Sheckard's hitting 189? Bruh. Come on, guys. You can do way better than this. Not Vince Daly. Who's Vince Daly? I legitimately did not even remember that you existed. Sure, please, injured the only player who's hitting consistently well this season. Thanks, buddy. I gotta call up somebody. It might as well be a left fielder, I guess. There we go. Yeah, this really needs to stop happening, game. You need to adjust the injuries to the era. Okay, Jimmy Sheckard has straightened his shit out, which is great news. Let's go ahead and keep pushing forward. Because this point, where we are, where there's little I can do, actually there's a lot I can do. I can say, Joe Tinker, get the fuck out of the two-hole. Selbach actually hits this season, you don't. Yeah, the bottom third of my lineup is very not good. But the rest of the team is good. As long as I get Howe back soon, I don't mind not having Greminger for a while. I don't know how Bobby Lowe is getting better at his age, but I'll take it. And I guess we can keep our scouting director. It seems like he's been pretty solid for us. He's got us some great players. Oh, stop. I wanted to see the All-Star teams. Hey, Duffy won the home run challenge. That's pretty neat. Doc White, Frank Chance. He's had a nice rebound after a slow start. Sheckard, Selbach, and Williams. Nice. Pitch him more. I want him to pitch so much his arm falls off. That is how much I want him to pitch. I'm joking. Please don't do that. I guess we just continue to the end of the regular season. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. I like it. Right. Is there really a reason you feel the need to keep injuring my fucking second starter game? Can you stop? How does this keep happening to him? Of all the players on my team, you need to leave my damn starters alone. No one else is losing their damn starters every 2 weeks. Alright, getting Bobby Lowe back is huge because Mike McCormick is awful. Stop. Game. I know you're like, oh, Joe Tinker is fast. I should put him as my two-hitter. No. Joe Tinker's hitting .238. The only reason I even have him in the lineup at all is because he's a magnificent shortstop. But yeah, seriously, game, leave my damn starters alone. Especially when we're fighting neck and neck for we're fighting neck and neck just to win the pennant again. So I need you to back off. All right. We did it again, my friends, and most importantly, we have Nixie back. We're 101 and 51. Hey, this is our first actual 162 game season, or 152 game season, I think. So, dudes, I'm gonna need you to be good. Really, we had to get into a 20-inning game on the last day of the regular season. Really, game? Really? We're facing Cleveland. Let's kind of relive this season, because I went through it extremely quickly because I was so frustrated. I don't know how Joe Tinker is managing this. How he can lead the team in WAR. I guess just because he steals a lot of bases and plays real good shortstop. Jimmy Williams was fantastic, as was Sheckard, as was Chance, as was Selbach. Bobby Lowe had a great season for us. Larry McClain had a good season. And Charlie Duffy wasn't so great. But the rest of the team looked good. Doc White is well on his way to a third consecutive Cy Young. I'm looking forward to that. Let's do it. Nixie, you're my dude. I like you. Doc White is rested. Doc White pitches. See, look at this shit. Nixie Callahan just steps in and is like, you know what? I'm just going to throw a 10-inning shutout just to show you jerks how it's done. We did it. Whoosh. That was meant to be a sweeping sound. It didn't sound like a sweeping sound, but that was the intent. I love it. Ooh, 15 Ks for Doc White. Very nice. That was mwah. Glorious. And even though it wounds me a little bit to see Cleveland lose in the World Series, we more than earned that World Series, I think. Vince Daly is retiring, as is Judd Smith. Poor Judd Smith. I got a brand new contract. Of course I did. Let's just take a moment before we end this episode to just bask in what we accomplished. We took the worst team in the majors. In 2 years won the pennant. And in 5 years won a World Series. Oh, and by the way, we've won 3 consecutive pennants. And 99% of this is Doc White. 100% it's Doc White. Because he has been arguably one of the best pitchers in Major League history already at the tender age of 25. I mean, he led the league in wins, strikeouts, FIP, strikeout to walk ratio, and WAR. It may not be the traditional pitching triple crown, which is innings pitched, ERA, and strikeouts. Or, sorry, wins, strikeouts, and ERA. But holy shit, dude. I mean, Doc White's season he just finished is the second greatest in Major League history. Damn, George Davis is a good player. Like, he made the Hall of Fame in real life, too, but he's like an ultra megastar in this timeline. Like, this is what he got in real life, which looks pretty good, right? This is what he's got in hours. He's just stupidly good. It's almost, to be frank, not fair, but I also think the game is overestimating the position adjustment for shortstop. But I'm certainly not going to complain about it. Ooh, we'll get to vote in Fred Dunlop this year. He is more than worthy. 130 home runs. Neat. And look at Mike Slattery. If you had told me when we had the Phillies he would end up being the 5th best position player in Major League history, I would not have believed you. But he's just been consistently great. Like, consistently great. Like, it's almost like he doesn't have a peak because he just keeps turning in the same season over and over again. What a guy. I am curious. Here's Cy Young. What a loser. Cy Young actually literally was a loser in this timeline. I doubt he'll ever make the Hall of Fame. Then again, Dave Fouts is only the 34th best starter of all time, and he easily made it on his first ballot. So, damn. Look how good Monty freaking Ward turned out. I wonder if he ended up being a hitter, too. Yeah, he did. He added 45 WAR of value just with his bat. That's amazing. Yeah, Monty Ward has a good case for being the best player in Major League history. And then there's Cannonball Titcomb. I mean, who can say he's not the best in Major League history? I like it. All right, friends. That's it for this episode. We did it. Do let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see me move on to a new team. I know I said I'd stick with a team for 10 years, but maybe it's getting a bit boring for you. I don't know. But until next time, this has been Indian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.